Hey everybody, it's Joe, Redneck Collector, coming at you with another video. Haven't done a video in almost 2 weeks. Took the family and we went down to Orlando and we did Universal Studios and Disney and had a blast. And I came back from that trip and went straight back to work. And today has been my first day off. First chance I've had to do a video. I missed. I was going to try to do something maybe down there in Disney. I thought it'd be fun, but I was really focused on, family and doing things down there, and it just didn't work out. I had taken a few cards with me, but nothing major. But I want to do something for my 1 year anniversary, and I didn't get it done down there. No big deal. So I'm about a week late to the party on my 1 year anniversary. But I wanted to do something for it. I've had a blast being on YouTube for a year. It was a plunge that I'm so glad that I've taken. I'm so glad that I've got to make some really lifelong friends doing this thing, make tons of connections with you all out there. And it's just really, really humbling to think that there's, nearly 600 people that subscribe to this channel. And I just think that's amazing. I love it when I get a chance to see comments and likes. I'm not going to lie, that's awesome. That's not the reason I did this channel, but it is very fulfilling when people take time to like or comment your video. But today, I don't want to wax philosophical on that. I may do another video about what I've learned in my 1 year on YouTube, just to maybe help encourage some other people to take the same plunge. But today I wanted to celebrate by also celebrating my collection and showing some cards, right? That's what we really enjoy seeing on YouTube is cards. So I'm going to break this up into a couple different videos because I want to do like my top 50. I know some folks do these for like the end of year and things like that. I thought it'd be cool to do for my 1 year because I've added so many great cards in my year, rolling year here on YouTube, which kind of coincides with the national a little bit. So I'm going to get right to it, and I'm going to show like the first 25 cards here, and then I'll break it up into a second video with the other 25 cards. I'm going to try not to take forever. And these aren't necessarily in the order of value. I didn't, I have VCP to track my collection, and don't get me wrong, there's a correlation between some of the cards I love and the value that they hold in the market, so to speak. But that's really not how I lined this up perfectly. I really did it by cards that that I really, really enjoy having in my collection. And also, by not doing it by value too, because this is going to change. I mean, I might get something that I think is really cool, that it may not be super valuable, but I still may hold it in my top 50, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start running through these. I'm going to maybe talk a little bit about each card, but I'm not going to try to take forever going through this. So let's get into some cards, and I will show you some of my favorites. I'm actually going to turn the camera around for this one so we can get a better look at the cards together and check out some of the more favorite items in my collection. So thanks for checking it out, and thanks for hanging with me. All right, so we're going to start checking out my cards here. This is like kind of in reverse order. They're not in an exact 1 through 50 order, so don't read too much into that, if you will. But let's start out with this 1969 Topps Super of Mr. Roberto Clemente. It's a card I picked up this year. It's obviously damaged. It's a very rare card, very fairly low pop card, especially for this time because it was basically a test set that Topps did. But even in a 1, the image itself is still in great condition. And I love this card, and it is just it's definitely my favorite Roberto Clemente card I have in my collection. Next up, we've got this awesome Rival All-Stars Mantle and Boyer. Mantle and Boyer are two guys that I like to collect, very much so. So having them on one card together. And what also makes this special is this used to be in my man Billy Ballgame's collection earlier this year when he started liquidating some stuff. I was with him at a show in Columbia, and he gave me a really good price on this card, and it will always remain in my collection. So thank you, Bill, for that. Now, full warning, there is going to be some more modern cards in it, something like this. Now, I don't own a Trout rookie card, but this is a Trout Gold Cup, right? 2013, actually kind of a third-year card for me, if you will. But it's a gold card I bought a few years ago, raw on eBay. I got a really good deal on it, and then it gemmed at a 10. I just think it's a really cool image of him sliding in, the look on his face. I love the sucker for the Gold Cup. So we do have some modern in this, just fair warning. Here's one of my all-time favorite Cardinals, Mr. Lou Brock. Even though he's in the wrong uniform here, it's still a great card, great image, iconic rookie card in my opinion. And this is another card that, I bought this raw as well. The Clemente was bought raw. Most of what you're going to see are going to be cards that I probably bought raw and graded. So really, really happy to have that 4 in my collection. Now this next card I didn't. This was a gift from my dad, and this is Ozzie Smith's 1982 Topps Traded. It's in a PSA 9. It's his first Cardinal card, first one in the Cardinal uniform. I love Ozzie's signature. He has a great signature there. And this was a gift for my dad for a birthday gift. So I really, really enjoy this card. It's definitely, I love the Ozzie rookie. I think it's iconic as well, but having him in his first card in a Cardinal uniform, very, very cool. Now this is a more recent pickup, but this is one of the Rawlings Stan Musial cards. Still got it raw here. I do have a few, maybe one or two other raw cards, I can't remember, in my top 50. This was a blank back, so I don't know. It may get encapsulated at some point by SGC, just because I think this with the colors would look really good, but it's definitely going to get, probably authentic. If I was lucky, I might get a 1, but I think it's probably authentic. But this is my favorite image of any of the Rawlings, and I'd like to have all the others. At some point, I will get those. But this is my favorite one. So next up, now this is one that I got from my good buddy John. He's a Gibson super collector, and he had upgraded his 66 Venezuelan Topps Gibson, and so he offered me this one at what I thought was a really good price. So I picked it up, 66 being my favorite set, Gibson being one of my favorite players of all time. Had to have this. Really good looking card. See the back on it. Textbook Venezuelan deeper color. So now this I got from my buddy Dan at Old Charge Collects. He gave me a really good deal on this Ducky Medwick. I happened to stumble across it on his eBay store, and then it was about that time that Dan and I were on John 3D 80s with him, and did a show and got to know each other, and I talked to him about it, and Dan and I stay in touch. He's a great guy. I wish Dan would make more videos. Maybe someday he'll get back into the swing of things, doing a few more. But he gave me a really good deal. I just love this card. These big head Goudies, and it's my man, Ducky Medwick. So thank you, Dan, for adding that to my collection. Love it. Now this, I bought last year at the Westport show, which is coming up here in about a month here in the St. Louis area. And I bought this raw, and I can't remember exactly who I bought it from. It wasn't Tim Payne, but it was one of the other bigger vintage dealers that was at the show. I got a good deal on this raw. It's a 2, but man, that's one of my favorite images of Yogi. And Yogi is my guy. He's definitely one of the guys that I collect. So to add that to collection, love it, love it, love it. Has some more modern shine. Now this isn't a rookie year. This is a second year Judge. I think and this was numbered. To 15, 5 of 15. So it is low number. It's got his signature. I love the blue with the blue on there. The 84 Topps design. It's what it's called is a retro 1984 signature red series. Shout out to my man Brent Richards, who loves the 84 set. And look at that shine. Just a great card. My wife actually pulled this card, so makes it special for a lot of different reasons. I was opening a lot more packs in 2018. My wife would open with me, and we pulled this nice Aaron Judge card. And Judge is a guy that I like to collect as well. I don't collect a lot of his rare stuff. I'm happy to just get refractors and X-fractors of him these days, but still yet, very cool card. Okay, here we go. This is another one that I picked up late last year, maybe? I can't remember. And I bought this raw, got a good deal on it, graded it, came back a 3. I kind of figured it was. So I kind of hoped maybe this had been a 4, but this is the 51 Burke Ross. If you're not familiar with this, you're not seeing these. This image is really cool because this is also the image that I think that was used on his Bond Bread card. Same image. Just Burke Ross are not known for their absolute quality. The whole story behind them is kind of controversial how they did things, but still yet really, really cool. Now this is a childhood card of mine. It's definitely OC, as you can see, because when I was a kid, I just wanted to have, I loved the 66 set, and I just wanted to own one. And my grandfather and I picked this up. I really don't remember the exact show that we picked this up at, or the exact specific, details around it, but I just remember we picked it up together, and I had it graded a few years back, and just a really cool card. Even being a little bit more off-centered than I like cards to be now, it's still, Hammer and Hank is another guy that I have a lot of his cards, and one of my guys in my collection, if you will. Here we go. This is one of, this may be my favorite Stan image. I don't know. This is up there. It's in the conversation. This is a beautiful 1953 Bowman color. Just love this image. Super clean card. I got a really good deal on this card at the Machinist Hall show a couple years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I don't know. Came back authentic because it was glued in a scrapbook at one time. This is where I really think how SGC handles that is really dumb. A for altered or whatever. I really don't see a little bit of glue. I mean, you want to give it a 1, that's fine, or a 2, but you know what? Whatever. I got the card dirt cheap for what it is, in my opinion, and it's one of my favorite Stan cards. Now, this is a controversial image. A lot of people don't like the 53 Topps Yogi. I happen to like it. I agree that it doesn't necessarily pull off his likeness, but still that determined look, the Yankee pinstripes, the Yankee logo, the Yankee cap, and the iconic 53 design. I just really love this card. So this is a card that I picked up raw. Would have actually probably graded, I don't think I can show it in the light, but would have graded a little bit higher, but it had like a surface kind of scratch on it. Kind of odd scratch on it. Hard to explain without showing it. But anyway, just a beautiful card. One of my favorite Yogis. Got tons of Yogi in the collection. Now this, I love the 56 Topps set. It's one of my favorite sets. Like Jason over at Everyday Card Collector, I'd like to have the Hall of Fame run from it at some point. I will have it at some point, slowly working that way. But I bought this raw a few years off of eBay, and I just knew it was a super clean card. Really caught me off guard that it got the 7. Did not expect it to get that high. Super happy with it. One of the best vintage grades I've ever gotten back in a submission. But just a super clean, super beautiful 1956 Al Kaline. Love that card. Oh, more modern shine. Now this is a 2018 Donruss Optic Shohei Ohtani. This is a rated rookie card. It's the red, yellow batting stance. He had different stance. He had a pitching card, he had a running card and a batting card, I think, in this particular set, and I've got some of each. But I just really like the shine. I like the red, yellow with his red jersey. I know how some people feel about modern stuff. I know how some people feel about unlicensed stuff. I love the rated rookie throwback to my childhood, and I love Ohtani. He's just like Judge. I like to collect him. I don't pay out for big, rare stuff, but I definitely have some in my collection, and happy to have that one. Oh, now this kind of ties in with my Al Kaline and the fact that this is the highest graded example of a vintage card that I really, something that's old anyway, true vintage in my mind, like, 50s vintage, highest grade I've got in something like that. So this, I bought raw for like $15. If you watch the video, I bought this for like $15. And it was shipped PWE in nothing but an envelope and a penny sleeve, y'all. And I bought multiple cards from this individual, who obviously wasn't a card person because they were shipping cards in a just a penny sleeve and a plain white envelope. And it survived, and it got an 8.5. And I think Drysdale is an underrated pitcher. It's a beautiful card. And for me to buy it raw for $15 and grade it to an 8.5 was just a really cool story on top of everything else. This is a more recent pickup. I got this a few months ago. This is a 34 Jimmy Fox. Would love to have the 33 Gowdy, but the 34, got this from a new individual on eBay that I've bought several cards from before. Got a really good deal on it. It too has the altered designation because it too was pasted in a book, but it does have a little bit of almost like paper tear or loss from that. But still, think Double X is a great player in baseball history, and I didn't have any of him in my collection, so this represents him now inside my collection. I'm sure it won't be the last, but love that card. Love that image. All right, so 66. Talked about it in detail. I love 66. This is a card that I bought back during the pandemic, probably 2020, 2021. I started flipping some of my modern stuff, and I started buying some, more vintage really than I was buying. And this is one of them. And this is a card that I got a pretty good deal on raw, and turned it into a 4. And I love it. I love Mickey Mantle. He's another one of my guys that I like to PC, and love the 66 set. Know it's kind of controversial with some folks. They think it's one of the more bland designs, but I love it. This is another pandemic purchase, right around that same time, 2020, 2021, where I flipped some modern stuff and then took it and parlayed it into some great vintage cards. And this is one of them. This is a 56, talked about how much I like that set, 56 Aaron. And I bought this raw at a good price and got the 4. Just a fantastic card. This is the white back. So, love that one. One of my favorite Willie Mays cards. Another design that I know is kind of, controversial, if you will, but the 55 Bowmans I happen to like. I really like this image of Willie Mays. And I bought this raw for $40 last year, I think. I talked about it on my channel before, but yeah, it was another one of those where I couldn't believe how cheap I got it. eBay purchase for $40, came back at 3.5, and definitely, as of right now, my favorite Willie Mays card that I have in my collection. This is a recent one. Talked about how much I love Ken Boyer. I think he's Cardinal great, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I bought this raw. I had it sitting raw for a long time. I don't remember if I bought the card raw earlier this year, late last year, whatever. Well, I finally graded it a few months ago. Couldn't believe it. Thought maybe I'd come back with a 5. This thing got a 7. Just absolutely beautiful card. Just has to be in my top 50 right here. Love, love, love Ken Boyer. Highly underrated in my book. Now, the Jimmy Fox came from this same seller right here. So the seller, in that same thing, the same collection had some, paste or whatever, and it caused some paper loss, and that's why it got the altered. But my man Jerome Dizzy Dean here on the card definitely has some other issues with it, creases and things that you can't get it to show up. But I had a really good deal on this, and just love the image of my man Dizzy. So happy to have that. Another one of my mantle purchases during the pandemic. Now, this was one that I don't remember exactly how much I gave for this card. I might have paid up a little bit for it, thinking it was maybe a little bit better than a 2, but I think the 2 grade's probably fair, but it's pretty well centered. The image looks really good. Just a beautiful 57 Mickey Mantle. Love this card. So happy to have it. I love the 57s. It's another set that I'd like to, get all the Hall of Famers out of someday. And then Mr. Jackie Robinson. I bought this card at a show, I think it was last year, and knew that it wasn't going to grade super high because it had that blue pin mark on the back of it. But man, it just, I know it sounds cliche, but it presented really well. This is a card that I knew I wanted to have in my collection. I love the 56. Love having Jackie Robinson in the collection, so had to pick that up and bring it home. So I'm going to leave off. There's part 1 right there. I'm gonna end it there. Thanks for taking a walk through some of my collection with me. I'm definitely going to do a part 2. Do the I think that was around 25 cards. I'll do that was the 50 to 25. We'll do the top 25 on the next video. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all very much. Let's keep it a little redneck out there.